Hello and welcome back. We are here in my sewing room, but not for very long because I am taking you on a field trip with me. I'm headed to one of my local quilt shops, Plaid Sheep Company, and I thought it might be fun if I took you along to see that shop in a little bit of detail. So stick around and come along with me. We have made it to Plaid Sheep and I am ready to get inside and do some shopping, show you guys around. It's the cutest little store and you might be surprised to know that I don't do as much fabric shopping as you think that I might. So let's go inside and take a look around. All right, here we are inside, and this is always such a fun little nook over here because some of these items are for sale. And as we make our way around the store, you're going to see that there are a lot of samples. Most of what you see on display is samples for all of the patterns that they have in here. Plaid Sheep does a wonderful job showing exactly the patterns that they have. It's such a neat little shop. So I always like to check out this little corner here. And then I was in here a couple weeks ago and this little pillow caught my eye and I thought this was so cute. So I knew when I came back today that this was something that I wanted to take a look at. It was this little quilty bit that I thought was just adorable. And I was trying to think if there would be some other way that I would want to use these little pieces because aren't those cute? Like, I just think there would be so many ways to incorporate something like that into a project. I haven't thought of it yet, but it's mulling around back there. So that was something I wanted to look at. Of course, with a name like Plaid Sheep, you know that there are going to be a lot of fun sheep items. So I think we'll probably see more sheep tucked around here and there as we make our way through the shop. Another thing I wanted to show you guys was their wool. Now, I have never made anything with wool yet, but I have bought wools because they catch my eye. They're so pretty. And they have such beautiful hand-dyed wools over here. And the colors are just so pretty and bright. Wouldn't that be pretty with peachy keen fabrics? I think that's so pretty. I don't know. These always catch my eye in here. And then I buy them and then I have to think what I want to make with them. So we'll see. It's been a few years since I've bought wool just because I haven't made anything yet, but I think they're so pretty. There's even more wools over here. Like, that color is just beautiful. Okay, let's keep moving back. We're gonna get back to the fabrics here in just a little bit, but more displays and patterns for what you see. And I do want to mention that if you see anything in the shop that you might like to purchase, Plaid Sheep does have a great website, and I will also have all of their information in the description box below this video. So if something catches your eye and you just have to have it, whether it is a pattern or fabric or wool or whatever it might be, you can have access to that information. All right, now we are going to go around the corner to one of my favorite spots in the store. I always like looking at these little stitchy homespunny prints. I think they're so pretty. If any of you remember my Sugar Creek Wovens line, you know that I love these little stitchy sort of fabrics, like something like this. Actually, I think I'm gonna put together a little bundle using some of these fabrics because this, and look how cute this one is. And if you mix it with like one of these guys down here, it's just gonna be this delightful stitchy little bundle. So I'm going to have fun playing with these a little bit and see what I come up with because I think this could be such a pretty summer red, gray. Maybe we'll add in some of the blues. There are a whole bunch more colors around the corner over here. But we have more reds to choose from. These blues down here. I don't know how many times I've looked at this specific fabric. I think this is so pretty. And even this one here, there's just so many. Oh, and this one, right? This would be perfect with that red over there and that gray over there. And if we mix in this one down here. Is this how you guys do at fabric stores? You just get in here and you just have to start looking at the fabrics and mixing and matching, because that's what I always want to do. Oh, and then the browns. I mean, these are so good. I really like this one. That's so pretty. You could do a beautiful fall quilt with some of these colors. Anyhow, I'm gonna mix and match for just a minute here and see what I can put together and show you a pretty little stitchy bundle. Before I start diving into making my bundle here, we're just gonna pivot right across the cutting table, because this is my Aunt Susie giving you a little wave. So if you do come into Plaid Sheep, this is Susie, and Karen is the owner of the store right next door here. Right next door. Well, she's not right next door to the store, right next door to Susie.
Right next door to Susie, yeah.
So I'm gonna get cracking on this little bundle and we will see what happens. So I had fun picking and choosing, and this is my little stitchy summer picnic bundle I came up with. Whenever I am in this part of the store, I always gravitate towards these ones that have texture, like little nubby stitches or fun little shapes. And I loved the grays, the blues, and the reds today. They really caught my eye. Although I will tell you, this little fall section over here, let me show you one of these. This print down here, in this like fun pumpkin-y orange, I thought was so good. There's another one of these down here too. Let me just grab that, because I thought that was so pretty. This color is beautiful. So you can tell, I always like these sort of stitchy prints. Let me tuck these back here and then I will keep chatting about this other little bundle before I get too distracted with pretty fabrics. So I did pull one of that same print here in the blue and some other little pretty fabrics here. Anyhow, there's another little plus print. I always love those. I actually have a bolt of this one at home because it's a favorite of mine. And then this guy up here. So these are my fun little fabric choices from this section. Now, Plaid Sheep was awesome enough to say that if anyone wants a little bundle of these, you can call the shop or they will put a little listing up on their website with this bundle. So if you too want a fun little summer picnic stitchy bundle, you could have one of your own. Some of these prints are kind of low. I chose some that there's not a lot left on the bolt like these two. So there's probably not going to be just tons of these bundles available. So if it's something that catches your eye, I would reach out to them sooner rather than later. But those are going to be fun right there. Now let's keep browsing around and see what else we can find. I know back around the corner we have more quilting cottons. I recognize these right away. Now, if any of you are still looking for this black floral fabric, I know that several of you have contacted me about this black charcoal starberry floral, that it is selling out quickly. So Plaid Sheep still has some of this print, as well as some other starberry fabrics right there. What else? Oh, back here. I always like to see what we have in regard to the charm packs and the layer cakes. And it looks like there are some pretty ones here. It's always fun to see what they have. Flower Girl. I've talked about this one. Heather's new line recently over on my blog. That's so pretty. What else is catching my eye here? Jelly and Jam Fig Tree. That's a really pretty one too. I'm going to link to the Moda spot where you can so nicely see all of the different prints in each fabric line. Some people aren't aware of that resource, and it's so nice to know that you can pop onto the Moda website and see all of the prints that are in a fabric line. I think that's really helpful. All right, let's see what else we can find. More fabrics around the corner here. Oh, this is cute. They always have such a fun selection of little novelty prints. I don't buy novelty prints as much, but they're fun to look at. Like, how cute is that? That's fun. I actually really quite like that. I think that's really cute. Anyhow, what else? Let's see what else we can get into. I know around the corner here we have some basics. Those would be simpler prints, your background prints, prints that you might want to just round out a collection. So I always like looking over here. Some really good basic gray grunge fabrics. They have some of the coriander seeds here. What else do we have? It's always so much fun. I like that they have this section sorted by color. So if you're looking for something specific, you know you need just a simple red to round things out, you can just head to the red section. I love these fig tree eyelet fabrics. Those are really pretty. That's actually a really pretty fabric too. It's always just so fun to come into a quilt shop and just browse around, especially when you're not looking for anything specific. You just browse to your heart's content and see what jumps out at you. All right. We'll just mosey back through this way again. All of these awesome shop samples. If you need a bag pattern, my Aunt Susie, who you just met a little bit ago, made me one of these Mondo bags. These are so nice. And this one is made using, looks like some sunny side up, a little bit of strawberry jam. So that is a fun little sample there. But lots of great bags. I'm going to have Ryan kind of do a pan through of all of these patterns because they have so many good patterns available from lots of different fabric designers. The Elizabeth Hartman ones down here are catching my eye. I don't know if I've ever made an Elizabeth Hartman pattern, but they're always so cute. And I know all the quilts that I see made with them are just adorable. Those are so neat. So many good things. And around this corner, we've got a lot of great books. I know Doug's Table Runner books are so popular. They've got some of the Moda All-Stars books tucked in here. So lots of great books. And fabrics, Kansas Troubles down below. I've shared before, maybe not super recently, but when I very first started quilting, Kansas Troubles were the fabrics that I gravitated towards. And actually, Plaid Sheep used to be up in town under a different name, Country Craft Cupboard. And one of the very first quilts that I made, I purchased all the fabrics, Kansas Troubles, from Country Craft Cupboard, which is now Plaid Sheep. They opened in 1984, I believe, up in town, and moved down here to this location in, I want to say 2018, 2019, somewhere in there. So they've been here for a few years, but actually as a quilt shop, they have been in business since 1984, which makes this their 40th year, which is fun. But Kansas Troubles is where I gravitated when I very first began making quilts. Over here we have some Peachy Keen. Those are fun. Three Sisters down here. I used to buy Three Sisters too quite often when I first started quilt making. I always love those. It's always kind of fun when I see these little Moda sections in a quilt shop because I feel like I'm just hanging out with my Moda friends, which is fun. There's Heather's Flower Girl, Robin Pickens, me and my sister, Camille, Roskelly. So many fun things. All right. And then let's see. Oh, we haven't looked at this little section here yet. Look at this adorable sewing machine cover. That's made using Beautiful Day fabrics. And then they've got all kinds of fat quarters already cut here and some mini charms. That's fun. Oh, there's a little bit of buttercup and slate tucked in there. It's always so nice when quilt shops have fat quarters cut ahead of time, because then you can grab just that little piece of fabric. All right, there we go. I think I have kind of looked through most of the store with you, and I'm still seeing fun things around the corner here. It seems like the more I look around, the more I see, and so many beautiful displays up around the store. You guys, you can easily get sucked into shopping at a quilt shop, can't you? I hope that you have enjoyed coming along for this little impromptu fabric shopping trip and that you have seen some fun things. As I mentioned earlier, I will have information down in my description box below this video. So if you wanted to do a little online shopping with Plaid Sheep Company, you certainly could. Or if you wanted to cruise on over and do a little in-person shopping, you'll have that information as well. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will catch you again next time.